23rd.
November 23rd, 2019.
Go ahead.
All right, here we are on November 23rd, 2019. I can't remember if I made a video on drying persimmons or not, but it's always good to touch on something again. This is my third year, and I want to go through it real quick with you. We don't have much battery time, but I'm just preparing them right now for the dehydrator. Okay, this is a fuyu. You see that dark right there? That's just where the skin has gotten, you know, I don't know what it's gotten, but it's a little bit, it doesn't look real good, you know, so I might take that off myself. I'm not one much on worrying about things like that, but I'll take that black stuff off right there. You know, this is a ripe fuyu. This is the non-astringent variety. Okay, now, so what am I going to do with it? If I can, I'm going to slice it, and it's still soft, it's still hard enough to slice it. Sometimes they get so soft. There's another little spot. Now, they're not all like this. This particular one just happened to have that. Just take that off. But this, you could, yes, I can still slice it barely. Now, if I couldn't slice it, I would do it like I did that one. I just squished it down with my fingers. But you need to spread it out, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a very thick piece of, this is so squishy here, I'll just lift it on there. A very thick piece of stuff, and it's okay, you know, but I just think it makes a better presentation to make them thinner. And they dry better, obviously, quicker. I don't know about all this gooey right here. I know what I'm going to do with this gooey stuff on here. Watch this. I'm going to give this to my camera lady.
Breakfast. Good.
We'll show you our dehydrator over there. Should take a picture of the dehydrator while I'm talking. Now, we got this from LEM. Doggone thing had a 5-year guarantee on it, and it's worked wonderfully. It's a, you know, a pretty. Don't get one of those little nippy little baby dehydrators. This is the very least you should get right here. If you're going to be a serious homesteader prepper, you got to have a decent dehydrator. Okay. Now, I got other videos telling you what trees to get, and how to plant them, and how to graft them. We're in South Georgia. I can tell you right now, I don't know of any fruit tree that's more appropriate for this area. And by the way, they also do good up further north. You got your astringent varieties, which you have to wait until they're dead ripe or else they don't taste good. And you have your fuyu, which is this one right here, which you can eat even when it's a little hard. Now, I'm cutting them up. This is parchment paper. This is what you have to put. If you don't put parchment paper, then let me show you. What's going to happen is that your gooey persimmon is going to fall through your rack. Unless it's a really firm one, you're going to have to put this parchment paper. Get that at Walmart. Parchment paper. You can use it a couple of times. You can turn it over. Can't use it forever, but you can use it twice for sure. One batch and then another batch. Okay, parchment paper. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you is the last batch that we just did. And I'm going to go through a lot of, just show you how to cut so everybody knows how to use a knife. Here's the last batch right here that we did a couple of days ago. And they're dried. Here's one of them that I squished down. They're kind of leathery. Okay, look at that. These are the big ones that got so soft that I couldn't cut them up. Okay. And here's one here of the smaller ones that I did cut up. See, it makes a little round like that. I'm gonna get a taste test again to the camera lady. Okay.
Excellent breakfast.
All right, this is Steve Coleman at Buckhorn Creek Ranch, encouraging you to plant persimmon trees. They don't have pests. You don't have to spray them. They're cold hardy, they're heat hardy, they're drought resistant. This is a gift from God right here. And all of our grandchildren, if we give them this, they will eat the whole bag before we can get it away from them. This is candy from God right here. Okay, this is Steve Coleman, Buckhorn Creek Ranch, signing off. See you again.
Now,
Alright, I said I was finished with the video, but I'm not, because I want to tell you a couple of things. I'm putting the last tray in. Okay, I like to fill it up, but I didn't have enough that were right today to fill this thing up. But this is what I wanted to tell you. This thing here holds more trays than that. This dehydrator, it takes 2 8-hour sessions to get the job done to my satisfaction. You want all the moisture out. That's the way they keep. These things are full of sugar. Sometimes they feel still wet to the touch, but and you know, sticky almost, but that's sugar. That's not water. So we set this one on our the 8-hour setting, and go 8 hours, and then I take them out and usually turn them over, and they are a little sticky, but they come off of this parchment paper, and then put them in for another 8 hours, and then I take them out, let them cool, and put them in bags. And this is the way that I found. You're going to have to experiment yourself, do your homework, but and I wanted to tell you this too. If you're going to be a serious homesteader, if you're really trying to prepare food for emergencies, this will last years. A dried persimmon, we haven't know how long, because I've probably got 30 bearing trees now. And with all of our grandkids and people that we give this to, it doesn't last a year now. But what I wanted to tell you was, you need to plant a bunch of these trees. And what you need to do is get your trees. You're going to have to start probably buying them from a nursery, but they're expensive. They're like $35. Then you're going to, unless you're just made out of money, you need to graft your own trees after that. So as your trees grow up, you're going to cut the wood off of, the scion wood they call it, and you're going to plant or get rootstock from persimmons, plant them in your garden, graft it on, and transplant them to your field. And you can probably make a tree yourself for under 50 cents if you do it that way. This is a long-term project. You're not going to, it's a long-term project. You're not going to see a persimmon for 3 years. All right? That means get with it. I'm telling you, this is a wonderful, you got to have these on your place.